Thanks for coming, everyone. I'm Pat Hyde. I'm the Director of Public Works, and I just wanted to give you an update today as to how we've been doing so far on the pothole program since snowmelt. As everyone should be aware, we started the pothole program with the Spring Blitz back in the early spring here, and after that, then we progressed into the regular pothole program. The Spring Blitz we thought was a very good success. It made a noticeable difference in the streets. There was no question that we got some positive feedback from the residents as a result of that. The budget was increased this year by approximately $550,000 to allow for a Spring Blitz, an improved Spring Blitz program, as well an additional $500,000 was provided for the ongoing residential program. In that time frame, we've also been able to utilize contractors as a result of the increased funding. The contractors were utilized through the Spring Blitz program, and once that program wrapped up in, I believe it was early June, we've been utilizing strictly civic workforces as a result for a pothole program. But with the increased funding, what we've been able to do is we've been able to augment our resources from our labor resources from last year, and increase the number of civic crews that we have out in the street addressing potholes. As a result of that, what we've been able to do through the residential program is address residential areas as well as maintain a presence on the high priority streets, the high traffic volume priority streets, so the priority 1, 2s, and 3 streets, and be able to run both of those simultaneously. And we know that has made a noticeable difference in terms of the ride in the pothole program itself. To give you an idea to date what we have applied so far, we've put down approximately 2,800 tons of asphalt through the pothole program. And if you use a 12-inch by 4-inch average size pothole, that equates to roughly approximately 160,000 potholes that we've patched to date so far. And the program will continue through right until freeze up. So anytime you have the presence of porous materials such as asphalt and water, you have the ability for potholes to form, regardless if it's Saskatoon, Hawaii, or San Diego, potholes form. So we'll continue the pothole program right till freeze up. The pothole app as well has also been, it's the first year we've utilized it, the mobile pothole app. That's been quite successful. We've had roughly about 3,700 potholes reported, and of those we have completed the majority of those as well too. I do want to backtrack for a moment. I just did forget one thing, that in the residential program we did have a bit of a slowdown as a result of the a slow start, I should say, as a result of the heavy rains that we sustained in June. As most people are aware, we had, I think it was, I believe, the third most amount of rainfall over a 30-day period in Saskatoon's recorded history, and as a result that did have an impact on the pothole program, slowed us down. But to date we've been able to make good gains and recover from that, and we're at approximately 90% of all neighborhoods passed through in terms of completing the pothole repairs on those. Now, getting back to the pothole app, as I said, we have roughly just under 3,700 locations, and nearly all of those have been of the actual potholes on that app have been repaired. There are a number of locations that you'll notice on the pothole app that are not potholes. They're actually utility cuts that are reported in. And utility cuts, that we talked about before, they have a different repair process. A pothole can be filled as soon as the pothole forms, whereas a utility cut, we have a completely different process where we have to allow for settling, we have to repack the material, and then pave over top. And usually a pothole, as we all know, is a little smaller, and a utility cut is quite different in size. The utility cuts that we have to date, that we have sustained to date, is roughly 1,120 utility cuts, and of those we have completed, I have to check my number, I think it's 667 of those so far. And of the ones that we have right now, we should have all of those repaired by the end of September. Now, having said that, we'll always incur utility cuts on an ongoing basis right through the course of the year. So 1,123, I believe, is the number that we have as of today, but that number will always change as time goes on, because there's always construction happening, there's always repairs that are made, there's always connections that need to be made for new construction, all those sorts of things that will always add to that total. The other thing that is still happening is we are still continuing on the programs aside from potholes, which is sidewalk repairs. As you may be aware, there's a sidewalk program that is happening in conjunction with the Building Better Roads and the rehabilitation projects that's undergoing right now, that's capital funded. And we are also doing minor spot repairs along the sidewalks. as we find these and as we have them reported in through our inspection process. And that's to prevent incidents happening, so we can improve the safety for pedestrians and ensure that the sidewalks that we have funding for, that we can do the best job we can to ensure that is done. Back lane program is continuing. We still have the rehabilitation capital project underway, and as well the maintenance project that's underway. And the maintenance project is we are going through all back lanes that don't qualify for the rehabilitation list and providing blading, packing to ensure that those are smoothed out and we get rid of any deficiencies and potholes along that. Sweeping as well. Sweeping is continuing. The sweep program is, as we reported before, it's a one pass through for the entire city on the accelerated residential area sweep. And after that, what we then do is maintain a presence on the priority roads, excluding Circle Drive, and as well through the bid districts, so the Riversdale, Broadway, Central Avenue, and downtown business improvement districts. We do a sweeping schedule through there approximately once every 3 weeks, give or take a little bit on the weather variations that may have an impact on that. So that's where we are today in terms of what's been happening since springtime. The big question that people are always concerned with is what's happening with potholes, and the pothole program to date has been quite successful. We noticed that there has been a very significant improvement in terms of the streets, along with the capital rehabilitation project that's underway through the Building Better Roads campaign.